Hey guys, Nightwing here. Thought I'd go through my Book of Shadows real quick, show you what's in it. I can tell you I don't have everything in it yet. I've got some things still in other books, and things I've got to transfer in here still. So, it is a black leather bound book with metal attachments, pieces, hinges, corner protectors, whatever you want to call them. There's metal bits. So this is the spine. And this is the back of the book. This is how thick it is. It's probably about 4 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches thick, something like that. Okay, it does have one black ribbon on it. A swivel lock closure. They'd have it custom made with a bat and a pinnacle on it. It also has a lock that I don't have on it at the moment. Okay. This is one of my favorite cards, and it says, "Eruption of Light. Your words have more power than you may realize, and have the special ability to heal with words, bringing light where is needed." And this came from one of my clocks. It's a bat. One of my favorite animals, actually. So you'll see bats quite a bit through here. Now, I do have some things that are painted, drawn, colored. I've got stickers. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. So, it's called the Compendium Grimoire of the Nightwing Witch. And I came up with that name through a dream. I had just originally Grimoire in there, and the compendium part came in through a dream. So, and my handwriting is not neat, and it is crooked, but that's okay. Again, I've got scrapbook stickers through here. I do leave myself plenty of space. Tiger lilies, by the way, are my favorite flower. And this one I drew and colored in with watercolor pencil. These came from some coloring book pages. Just water. I'm kind of eclectic, so I mix a little bit of everything up. And I've kind of got a little bit of everything in here. When it comes to my circle casting and things, I do use the archangels. And that noise in the background, I don't know if you can hear it or not, is my air conditioner, because it is still pretty hot here where I'm at, even though it's night. Invoking and banishing pentagrams. This right here is something that I do with oils or like Florida water or whatever I have on hand if I need to block things off. Like if I'm doing a cleansing, I'll do this to mirrors, doors, windows, things like that, to keep things from going where they should. Not everything in here has a bunch of words to it. Some of it's just drawn, and I pretty much know what the drawings are. And this is kind of a visual of the casting of the circle. This is a bubbling visual that I do, and I actually did this for somebody a friend of mine, and the night I did that, his uncle tried to break into the house and could not get in. This is Pyramid. This is a card that I had gotten that I liked, so I cut it out and put it in here. And these all came from a different card that I liked, so I cut it out and put it in here. Okay, I did promise Hecate that I would devote a section of this book to her. I do want to read through this page at some point, and I don't have everything in here for her that I want to put in here yet, but it's a work in progress. The things that are in this book work for me, and it's just what I do. So, some of it is typed out that I've gotten from other places. And this is the 13 Moons Honor Blessings mini spell. That's what's over here on the side. This is my matchstick dolls. See, like I said, there's not a whole lot of words to it. It's just, I know what it is. The Vanishing Jar. Memory Incense. Good for if you have a test or something coming up. 4 Elements Incense and Trance Incense. Holy Protection Incense. Holy Protection Oil. Holy Beads. The Holy Beads, this is a recipe that I use for making beads for different things. Originally it was the way they used to make, back in the medieval times, they used to make beads out of roses, rose petals. They'd make their own rosaries out of it. So instead of actually using it to make rosaries, I use it to make the beads that I can just, if I need quick protection, I can bust it up and put it in a protection salt, or I can bust it up and put it in a gree bag or an oil. It's about a 3-day process to make it. This is working candle and oil. This is a dream oil, flying oil. Road opener oil. Protection gree bag. And I do have the tendency to use sachet, gree bag kind of interchangeably. Like I use Book of Shadows and Grimoire. I kind of use those interchangeably. I know there's differences, it's just what I do. Sleep paralysis. Sachet for that. Money oil. Money rice. I've got a video on that already. Black cat oil. I don't have everything in here for that yet. My ant oil. Scorpion oil. I don't have my spotter oil recipe in here written down yet either. Black salt. Cauldron powder, I don't have my recipe in here for that yet. Eye powder, it's not something that goes in your eye, but it's something that I put in my talismans to protect against the evil eye and to keep you from giving it. To bring rain, that's a controversial one, but it works for me. Within 3 days usually I get rain. This is a creativity spell. A house blessing spell. Emotional healing spell. New beginning spell. Most of my spells I come up with myself, or at least I try to. These that are typed usually come from another source. Mine I handwrite. Self-love spell. This is Outfire and Frost Powwow Charm. January. I'm not nearly done with this section yet. This is going to be a work in progress forever, I think. I want to do a Wheel of the Year and then go into each of the months and write down different correspondences for the month as far as crystals, colors, festivals, different things like that corresponding to each month. Embracing love energy, and I did leave myself plenty of space. This is a puppet pattern and it can be pulled out and used, so I'll kind of set that to the side. Spell, or self-love spell. This is the love puppet, and this came in one of the boxes that I had received, and they sent that, and I figured I would just use it as a pattern for future puppets. Makes sense to me. Imbolc, and some information on Imbolc. This is Imbolc, Health and New Beginnings. An Imbolc spell. This is corn puppets and how to make corn puppets. Duck feather and some corn husk. It's funny because I'll sit there where I work. I kind of work in retail, and I will sit there and make corn puppets with some of the corn because we shuck some of the corn sometimes, and I'll use that and make those dolls, and it kind of freaks people out sometimes. Ostara, and this is one of my favorite pages. This is dyes, and it's natural dyes and what makes each color and how to make the dye and all of that. And I love this page. It's so colorful. It's got all the colors on it. This is for April. Again, I don't have a lot of these done, nowhere near done. Beltane, but I have the pages kind of marked for the most part. Okay, this is Litha. July, August. This is Llamas. September. Mabon, and see, a lot of these I'm wanting to actually put a lot more information in. This is why there's so much space. Rituals and things like that. This is October. Samhain, it's got a little cat. This is Samhain Soul Cakes. Tip the book back over, you can see it better. I want to add barmbrack bread in here. Barmbrack, I don't know how exactly it's said, but I want to add that in here too. This is November, December, this is Yule, this is a healing spell candle, this is the face cleanser. I think I saw the video up on that, I'm not sure, and a puffy eye serum. And this right here is organic dried elderberry, how to make a tea. Healing honey, jasmine, herbal tea. So I like to put little remedies that I find here and there and there. This is flu soup. I like that picture too. Golden milk. Chapsticks. Lip scrubs. These are some oils that I make for colognes, perfumes, whatever you want to call them. Crown chakra, and it's got all the information, and I have a page for each chakra, It's got the Sanskrit, the self-awareness, like the representation of each one, if it's unbalanced, what it causes, how to repair it, the associations, which is the crystals, nutrition, colors, elements, oils, things like that. It's got all that in there. So like I said, I've got one for each of those. And again, like I said, my writing is not straight, but oh well. There's nothing saying I can't go in and redo them later. Sorry about the shadow, I can't help it. It's just the way the lighting is. Okay. This is going into some of the inks. This is the Dove's Blood ink. This is the Dragon's Blood ink. The Bat's Blood ink. Some symbols and signs that I use. I don't have everything on there yet either. The Theban script. This is one of my own scripts. There's a way that I do to come up with my own that I will do a video on shortly. It's the Magical Hand. Feathers, correspondences to colors and things like that. This is a page on spider webs. I don't have anything in there yet, but I do have some stuff to add. Mirror magic. I don't have anything in that one, obviously. Pendulums. Like I said, I just mark pages sometimes. Candle magic omens. This right here is the I Ching, and it explains some of the I Ching. I want to do some of the meanings and stuff. I haven't got that far yet. Now I've got this page in here, and I have it later on. So this is the Witch's Runes, so it's got the runes, and then here is the explanation for each rune. I want to do the same thing with the I Ching page. This is Kitchen Witchery, and I drew this. It is one of my favorite pages. Of course I had to put a bat in there, because what would it be without it? This is again Kitchen Witch stuff. It's got the correspondences and the herbs you can use. Left myself plenty of room to add more. Different teas. Potatoes, sweet potatoes. This is different potatoes and what you can use them for. I do have a lot more of that kind of stuff I'd like to put in here, like onion magic and garlic and jalapenos, like all the foods. I use a lot of that kind of stuff in my magic as well. Toric Habits Alpha. And I left a lot of information out of that, just because I know what it is. This right here is a meditation page. I use it when I go into meditation sometimes. I just thought it was an interesting thing. I don't ever see it as far as anybody else putting like a meditation page in their book of shadows. But I'll go into meditation and I will picture myself walking down the road with the wind and all of that. And I go up the steps and there's the door and the wall, and you can just barely see what's above the wall. So that's what that page is for. This is just a drawing that I did. It's a dream catcher and a bat. This is another one of my meditation pages. I painted this one. Put some scrapbook stickers and stuff in it. Sometimes I go to this one and I'll open it up and get a good visual image of it. And I don't know if you can see the glittery effect there. kind of like a path that you walk up to go inside the castle, the ruins anyway. I do have in here some recipes. I won't stay on those too long because they are family recipes. But it's a good idea to put in there if you don't want to lose them. And they're copies, they're not the actual like recipe card from my great-grandmother or anything, but they're copies because I don't want to put the actual cards in here. I just wanted her writing, you know, as far as that goes in here. And a lot of these are going to be moved to the Yule section anyway, because a lot of those are for Yule. This is one of mine, so I don't mind showing it. Red cinnamon pickles, those are interesting. These are some of mine. And I've got quite a few more to put in. Okay, pasta sauce. This is one of my favorite breads. This is just one I printed off the internet, and it's called apple pumpkin sunflower seed bread. It's really freaking amazing. I make it every year. I've made it every year for the past 5 years, I think. Ice cream, because I like to make ice cream. This page right here I want to put on some stuff for ancestor workings. This year I want to put in for working with your pets that have passed. This is a sprouting dream. Spirits of nature. Fairy blessing spell. This is just some candle spell. Court candle that I did recently, probably I would say 3 months ago, 2 months ago. Something like that. That worked really well, and I got the exact outcome I wanted. Something I just copied off the internet that I liked. Astral travel powder. Sometimes I do throw 2 and 3 and 4 things on a page. This is Make a Wish, and I don't have everything on there yet. See, this is the runes right here. And the explanation for each of the runes. Just a short little... See, this is the Ilgan page I was telling you about a while ago. I had already did. With the explanations of each rune. And I want to put the tarot in here as well. Haven't decided what I want to do with this page yet, but I liked that, so I cut it off with a box of cards that I had. Trina's recipe for Kiffy. This is potato dolls. It explains how to do it and what it is and things that you can do to the poor thing. Other than that, it's just empty pages. I've got a lot to fill up. And I like this little saying here. It says, sometimes you just have to chuck it in the bucket and move on. So, sometimes I get a little confused reading it because my V looks like an R. But yeah, it says sometimes you just have to chuck it in the bucket and move on. So, I've got this tag in here because it kind of... rock and roll cowboy, that's kind of my style, I guess you could say. And then it is a Brahms book. It does have the post in it. 3 posts. So, I know this is kind of a lengthy video, not very professional, but oh well. That is my Book of Shadows, and I hope y'all get some good ideas out of it, and I will try and keep y'all posted on some things if I can get some more stuff done in it, because I have a million ideas floating around in my head, and so I do what I can. So, like, comment, subscribe if you wish to do that, and until next time guys, many blessings, bye.